guys, good morning. Happy Monday. I've had the weather report from everyone, which I absolutely love. Looks like we've all got reasonably sunny mornings. I hope you're all doing okay, had a nice weekend. We're going to be making a matching necklace today to go with our memory wire bangles. You know that we had 3 beautiful bead collections for these, and today we're going to be using the necklace memory wire, which is obviously a much bigger size than the bracelet. So it comes, as you know, memory wire is a tempered steel, or as you may not know, we're going to learn today. Memory wire is a tempered steel, so it memorises its shape. So they always come sort of coiled together. You get lots of different coils in your kits. And because it holds its shape, it lends itself really nicely to collars and cuffs and things like that as well. I'm just going to pop you onto the website very quickly because you can actually have a look. For those of you who missed any of the beads from before, we do still have them available for you to get. So as normal, categories down to Facebook tutorials, and that's going to give you everything. We had the peyote stitch rings yesterday, and everything will be here, as well as the link to those videos. So when you get your materials, you can have that direct link straight through to the video. Saves you trawling through the Facebook pages trying to find it. So the 3 different bundles that we have are the gold navy, the pastels, and the peacock. So I'm going to show you the bangles that we made in a moment, and then we've got all of the clasps in there as well. So I'm going to be using the 8mm clasps. You can either buy a 10 pack for $6.69, sorry, which is amazing value for money, or we've got the 8mm individual ones. You get 3 pieces per set, but then of course you can be more colour specific. And then your memory wire, you get 5 loops of your silver plated memory wire, and that's going to give you your your necklace. If you come back down to the Facebook projects, you'll be able to find the memory wire bangle. So the plaited memory wire bangle is in here as well. So if you missed that first original one, does it have the date on here? 9th of October. That was when we did the bracelets. You'll also be able to go and find those as well. And so with the memory wire necklace, I'm not actually going to, I'm not going to plait it, but you could. You're just going to need some extra beads. So what I wanted to do was use my leftover beads. So these are the 3 bangles that I made. I'm going to use my leftovers from the golden navy, but we did also have the pastel, and we also had the lilac, I think it was called. Literally just looked at it. Peacock, obviously. So I'm going to use the leftovers, because if you've got these, and we did sell lots and lots and lots of these, if you've got your leftover beads, we're going to make the most of those and make a matching necklace. Question, have you got any tips on turning the loops of memory wire? I have real difficulty, find the wire so hard. Yeah, Jean, we're going to go through that. I'll give you lots of top tips. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Angela. Can't watch today as I have the dentist. Ooh. Finally going to fix my crown. Oh, well done. Well, I hope it's not too uncomfortable for you. I hate going to the dentist. But then you can come home and watch this so you can relax afterwards. Camille says she still likes the pastel colours. The pastel is beautiful. So let me turn you down and we'll have a little look at the bangles themselves. So this is the pastels. We put together beautiful... Oh, hi, Robin from Phoenix, Arizona. Good morning, or whatever it might be there. I'm really rubbish on my world times. Gorgeous pastels. So you've actually got a mixture of seed beads, crystals and pearls. Your pastels is a beautiful combination of your lilacs, your mints, your lemons, all that sort of thing as well. Jax, is that your top tip for turning loops on memory wire? You've just got to eat more spinach. Building up those muscles. I love it. This is the peacocks. So as you can see, you've got the beautiful teals, purples, lilacs, and the gorgeous little minty seed beads in there as well. So there is the whole tutorial on here from the 9th of October to do your plaiting. And then my favourite, which I think was your favourite as well from the kits that we sold, the golden navy. A really beautiful combination, especially for this time of year, I think, actually, but I wear a lot of these colours anyway, but with your nice chunky knit jumpers and your denims, they look really beautiful. And of course the bangles are one size fits all. So they're going to go on beautifully just over your wrist, and they will give you a beautiful finish and actually surprisingly simple to make. Okay, so with memory wire, as you know, it's a tempered steel, so you're going to need your memory wire shears to be able to cut it down. Your necklace loops are going to come like this, and what I'm going to do is just make a tiered collar today. So we're going to do 3 strands, which are my leftover beads, and I'm going to give you top tips on those in a moment to make sure that you get the most out of your bracelet and your collar. And we'll just do a lovely graduated 3-tier collar. Because it gives you the rigidity, it's not like just simple threading and simple stringing. It's going to give you that lovely finish. Thank you, Kitty. Good morning. She's just putting up the link to the memory wire collar as well. Cuff. Man, I can't get my words out today. Okay, so what I've actually done, because you get 5 coils of your necklace memory wire, I'm cutting it down to just over 1. So as you can see, your neck isn't going to be this thin. You're going to need to outstretch it a little to create our collar. So I'm kind of going 1.5 coils before I cut it. And what that is going to do is give me enough. And use those memory wire shears, remember, or if you've got specific wire cutters, don't ruin your good jewellery pliers. So what I'm going to do is just coil one end. This is enough now to give me that larger necklace, and it will be slightly outstretched. Now, when it comes to coiling memory wire, as you know, and like we've already said, it is a little bit harder to turn than just a pin because it is a tempered steel. Oh, Kitty says she's here, but it's Molly that's adding the links. Good morning, Molly. Lovely Molly in the office. Okay, so turning them, we need a little bit more brute force than we do with head and eye pins. So what we're going to do, oh, do you know what? I've already, I end up looking like a bit of a pincushion when I use memory wire, because a lot of the time it springs back. So it's pinged straight into my skin. Sorry, I'll try not to bleed everywhere. So what you're going to do is take the very end of your memory wire, and then you want to make sure that none of it is poking out the top of your pliers. And if you struggle to hold on to your wire, then just go a little bit further down your pliers so you get a little bit of a better grip, because you can see they're really thin up at the top, thicker down towards the bottom. So go about midway. If that's going to be easier for you, then that's going to give you that little bit more rigidity and that little bit more of a grip. And then I'm using my thumb to encourage the wire around. So not only am I going to rotate my wrist so that it's holding onto the wire, but I'm also going to use my thumb to mold it and bend it around the plier. And that's just going to give me that little bit more force. So holding onto the memory wire, holding it with my thumb so it can't go anywhere. So I'm right up close to the edge of it, and bringing it all the way round. And again, you can do tiny little movements just to get that little bit more control. And as you can see, that's obviously now poking down into it. So we're just going to pop our pliers in. So I tend to, you can see just that tiny little bit of overlap on the actual wire itself. It's just coming out the bottom there. And that's so that when I put my pliers back in, and again, I'm keeping my hands really close to my pliers. I'm moulding it as I turn. And then you can straighten that up and you're going to get a lovely, neat finish. Like so. Then you're ready to just add, we have a bleeder. Jack, she cracked me up. You're so funny. Yes, we do. The memory wire just pings, doesn't it? I'm sure it's happened to you guys as well. I always know when, when I've been using memory wire. I have little memory wire bullet holes all over my hand. And then you're just going to use your memory wire as a needle. So I keep all of it like this, keep it all nice and coiled up, taking the little ends, and then you're just going to give that, the beads a little nudge. So you can see I'm kind of rotating the hole down. So I just tap the wire on the top of the hole, moving it over. And that's going to make it nice and easy for me to then just use the memory wire as a needle and pick up all of these beads. Now, getting the most out of your bead sets so that you can make a complete cuff and a collar. So what I did with this one, although you've got 9 strands and you're going to 9 strands in my cuff and you're going to get 10 strands of beads, you also get your seed beads. Add your seed beads into those, and that's going to get more out of your beautiful crystals and pearls. So in the section of our website, you have your 10 strands of beads with your crystals and pearls, but there are also the seed beads in there as well. Add those in because your size 8 seed beads are pretty much going to give you a total extension. Never knew beading could be such a dangerous hobby. Yeah, it's all those bits of flinging wire, isn't it? You've got to be careful. So the size 8 seed beads are going to go onto the outside, and on this one I've added in a strand of seed beads per section of my cuff. So that means I've only used 6 strands of my beads, which meant I had 4 full strands left over, but also extra colours and also some of my seed beads left over as well. So these are all surplus beads from my cuff. So by adding that in, obviously if you don't do as many seed beads, and I didn't on this one, I only did 2, obviously I'm not going to have as many leftover beads, but I will have extra seed beads. And then the same with this one, I only added in 1 strand of my seed beads. So just think about stretching it further. Morning, show me a different way to close yesterday by holding the peyote flat ring. Helped me so much with my bracelet closures. Thank you. You are more than welcome, Elaine. I'm really glad that it helped you. Okay, so when it comes to our necklace, what I'm going to do, I've already threaded on 3 of my sets of beads. So I've got 1 strand, this was an entire strand of my pearls, so they were left over. These I didn't have as many of because I had used them in my bracelet. And then I had a whole leftover strand of crystals as well. So I have added all of these on already. Let me move these crystals out of the way because I'm going to use those later on, because I actually think I might even be able to get more out of this set. I've got my 8mm magnetic clasp. That's me started a bauble skirt, very addictive. Thank you, Kitty, as keep watching to get tips. Oh, lovely, Mina. I hope you enjoy the bauble. Okay, so pre-threaded on all of these, and what I'm going to do is just size it up around my neck. Now I know that this strand of pearls was my largest, it was a full strand, so this is going to be my biggest, so I'm just going to pop this around my neck. Now it's quite tight, so I actually want to add on a little extension of seed beads. I've coiled the end just to keep those beads from falling off. So I'm going to go to the other side now, and I'm going to pick up some of my seed beads. And what this is going to do, it will be hidden at the back of my neck anyway. This is just going to give me that little bit of extension. You could even add on like a little extended chain onto these. But as you can see, the beads, they blend beautifully because all the colour combinations were put together. How many have I got on here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I've got 13. Let's go for 14. Not that I'm too superstitious, but hey ho. And let's coil the end here. So that's now given me a little extension to the beads, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So bringing that around, looping it up to give me a nice flush finish. This loop on the other side was just a little stopper. You could do a little rough loop. When you pull your beads up, just make sure that there aren't any gaps. I'm going to trim off the loop that was my little holder and add on 15 beads. So 1, 4, 5. There's my 10 and 1 more. Oh no, we went 14, didn't we? Not 15. So let's add those on, and that's going to give me a lovely finish. And then I'm just going to size that up around my neck just to make sure, yeah, that's going to give me a nice finish. So now I'm just going to create my loop on this side. So I'm going to cut and leave just over 1 centimetre because I'm using my pliers quite deep to give a larger loop. So I'm going to leave just over 1 centimetre, And when I bring this around and coil it in, it will give me my loop. That one is stretched up ever so slightly, so I'm just going to take my flat nose pliers and bring that in. And now you'll see when I open this up and pull it out, it's going to give me a lovely round shape, obviously being the memory wire, so it's holding in. Kim says, I love these memory wire projects. I find it really satisfying to work with. I think it's a great material and it's overlooked sometimes, especially the necklaces. So what we'll end up doing is adding on a jump ring and attaching this onto our clasp on either side. So what I want to do is now start tiering the size of my other beads. So I want to go pearls on the outside, crystals in the middle. So I'm going to bring this in and open it up. And actually I'm going to attach this on first because I want it to stay open, and I'm hoping that my clasp might do that. If not, I'm just going to weigh it down. So attaching on your clasp, I'm actually going to use a jump ring because I'm using multiple strands of my memory wire. If you were just going to use one single cuff for your collar, keep on saying cuff, it's just because I'm so used to the bracelets. If you were only going to do one single piece on your collar, then I wouldn't bother using a jump ring. I would just attach it straight onto the clasp. But here, I want to make sure, there we go. So that's how it's going to sit on your neck. Now, what you might find is sometimes it's going to spring open like this, or fold back on itself. And that's just because you are pulling out the circle. So what I'm going to do is just encourage the very end of this wire just to straighten up a little bit. So I'm not getting rid of the circular shape at the very front. This bit will sit around the back of my neck anyway. Let's just give it a go. Get all my hair out the way. I shouldn't have worn a big jumper today. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's just going to sit just below that line of my jumper, which is great. Okay, so we're going to keep this one here. I want to measure up now to make sure that I'm going to get just slightly smaller of a coil with my crystals. So I'm going to bring that in, bring it around. I know I've got quite a few beads I need to add in with my seed beads, but I want it just to sit inside. So I think we'll actually go for 15 on here. So your bead count is going to be different for every single one because you're using leftovers. So it depends how big you made your bracelet. It depends how much of a gap you want in between the actual layers. Let's add these on. Let's have a little look where we're up to. So I'm just bringing it out, rolling it out, just to sit inside. I've done a few too many on here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we'll go for 12, and we'll go 12 on either side. Let's have a little look. It's just going to be a case of trial and error, but can you see now I'm going to have that lovely little section of beads, of my seed beads up at the top. Roll this one out. Yeah, I think that's going to be as good. So let's loop the end of this one just to minimise some of that wastage. So I'll do my loop right on the very end. Lifting that up, bringing all of my beads all the way down. So you'll see whenever I'm working with it, I'm still keeping it all lovely and coiled, not overstretching it too much. Get rid of that loop. Oh, I've got all the marks coming off of the magnetic clasp. I think we went 12, didn't we? 1, 2, 3, 6. Okie dokie, so let's just double check before I cut it. Always make sure before you cut it, you're going to have a little look first. Lining it up. So I'm lining up these beads, making sure it sits on the inside. And I've gone ever so slightly too long, I think. So I'm going to take off, oh, it's done it for me already. I'm going to take off a couple of extra beads, not many, probably 3 or 4, and then we'll create our coil on the end. Once you've got time at home, you will be able to even those out on either side, creating our loop, straightening it up. And you can see that because I'm using my fingers to help mould the memory wire around, it's going to make it just that little bit easier for you. So I'm just ever so slightly opening up, and that's going to minimalise the crossover here. Now we're going to add these ones onto our jump rings. I'm going to open up the jump rings rather than the loop on my memory wire, because I don't want to keep on working that memory wire loop. Now I want this to sit on the inside, so I'm just going to make sure that everything's going to sit in the same direction. You see, so I'm just layering it up. Now you can see that that's just going to give me that perfect little little gap in between the two. Your right hand must be pretty strong. You never seem to struggle to cut the wires. I am giving it some good old strength today. I think I've mentioned to you guys before, if I've been working a lot, my hands do suffer a little bit with strength. Hence some of my crimp beads coming apart the other day as well. But right tools for the job. Just make sure you've got the right tools. So again, my clasp is on the outside. I'm making sure that I am attaching my second tier on the inside. And that's just sat inside, which is going to give me a lovely finish when I wear it. And then one more to go, our blue one. And I might not even have to add very much to this at all. Again, let's line it up. Oh, a fair bit, but not too much. So you can see when this will now sit on the inside, I just want to make sure that it's going to be ever so slightly shorter, and you could even measure it with a ruler if you wanted to. I just want to make sure that it's a little smaller than my cream crystals. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So I reckon we'll add about 7 seed beads on either side. And I think it's going to give you that lovely uniformity as well. 7. Adding in those coloured seed beads is going to tie it in all at the back. So if you've got short hair, of course, that's going to be visible as well. Sarah's using ordinary cutters, not proper memory wire ones, which we are always told not to use. Yeah, Jane, so in my last memory wire video, and I think I said it at the beginning of this one as well, I have a pair of jewellery cutters that I know are super strong. Now, I always use them for memory wire because it's just my wire cutters. They're just the ones that I always use. Never use your good jewellery cutters. So these are my good ones that I use from my set. If you use, some of your jewellery pliers won't be of the same quality as these. If you use normal jewellery pliers and they are made of a softer metal, you will dent and create divots in this little blade along the side. These ones are incredibly strong and I've used them for years, and it will cut memory wire without being dented through the centre. So if you take your good jewellery cutters, cut memory wire, it creates a divot. You're never going to be able to use them to cut again because of course the blades won't meet. But these ones are my wire cutters that I use. Memory wire shears, as I said at the beginning, are the best ones to use for memory wire. But if you don't have them and you have spare sets of pliers, you can test them. But yes, don't ever use your good cutters, which I don't. bringing that open, leaving that gap. I've created my little extension with my seed beads. Rolling this around, lifting it up. So you'll see it's a nice material to work with, and this is just going to give us a lovely tiered cuff. God, these pearls don't want to go down. So I'm not pulling the memory wire open flat, I'm always keeping it in that coil. Come on, pearls. Lovely. And then I've just got my extra beads to add on to the end. It is a tougher wire, but the great thing is that means it's just going to keep its shape. So no matter how many times this gets pulled and all sorts, it's all going to be good. Okay, and then using the end. I've made a single piece necklace, but no clasp. Now I can do this, which looks so much nicer. Thank you, Sarah. You are more than welcome, Mina. Yeah, the clasp is always just a little bit of a nice finish as well. With necklace memory wire, you can just wear it as a normal cuff, which is really nice. Collar, I should say, which is really nice. But like you say, you need sometimes that little bit of extra security with the memory wire, because it will just pop open. I used to build PCB boards and still have my cutters from that I use. Perfect, exactly. I think we've all got that pair of like trusty cutters that we love to use, haven't we? That always do the job right. Okay, and then again, just make sure that it's going to be on the inside. So last one, the smallest of all of my tiers, and I want to make sure that I add on that other side of my clasp as well. And we'll close that up. Oh, even the jump ring just broke, blimey. Maybe I have been eating my spinach. Let's have a little look-sees. Make sure I get them all in the right order. God, I don't think I've ever had a jump ring just break on me like that. Okay, so smaller tier, middle tier, large tier, clasp. Oh, come on. Don't misbehave today. Close that over. And then as you can see, that's going to give me a lovely finish. My clasp is nice and secure. Jump rings in the centre. And then it's going to give you that lovely rigid finish. That you wouldn't get obviously if you just strung them together. And we'll bring in our blue one up at the top as well. Sorry, I know I'm battling with my memory wire off camera, but you'll see it in a sec. The great thing is the magnetic clasp is going to keep it all there, all together, but then it all gets stuck. And let's open up this last one. And just make sure that you measure them up. So that's my, oh, I've got this one around the wrong way. Fingers and thumbs today. There we go, lining them all up, making sure that they're not crossing over. These ones are misbehaving for me today. Right, open up your jump ring, smaller, middle, outer, and the other side of our clasp as well. Sorry guys, I'm going to hold it up because I need gravity to hold these in place. Out the way of the camera. And there we go. You've got that beautiful cuff. Too many spare fingers getting in the way. Exactly, Camille. You've got that lovely collar that's then going to sit really beautifully. Now, I didn't really think about putting this on with my jumper today. Bringing this around, and that's then going to sit really nicely. My blue one is a little bit smaller. Sorry, I know you can't see it because of my jumper, which was a silly one for me to wear. But that's then going to give you that lovely graduation, those beautiful tiers, and of course it's going to match your plaited bracelets as well. So when you put them on, you're going to have those gorgeous colours. Now you could make this as long as you need to. You could make it as many tiers as you would like to. You can even put them together and plait them if you go for a second set of your beads. By going for a second set of your beads, you're then going to have as much length as you need to. You made it, well done. Yeah, that was a struggle, wasn't it, Kim? One of the easiest ones that we've ever done. But it's going to give you a lovely jewellery set. Now, you can also make a really lovely pair of earrings to go with them as well by graduating them down. It's just a really nice way of making and using those leftover beads. So really hope you enjoyed it. A reasonably simple one today, but I think, like I said, using those leftover beads, using extras and creating full sets of jewellery is always really nice. It's a nice thing to do. Okay, so tomorrow you have me back. We are making regal rings tomorrow. That's lovely, Sarah. Now to go and practice with the rings you made. You made it look so easy. Yeah, yesterday's was a beautiful one. I haven't actually finished the ring that I was making because I ended up connecting it together for you, didn't I? But hopefully I will get a bit of a chance this afternoon. I'm going to go and take the dog for a lovely long walk while it's nice and sunny and dry. And then I'll crack on with that ring so I can wear it tomorrow. That would be nice. Tomorrow is regal rings, so more rings, a very different finish to yesterday. So join me at 10 o'clock and we will have a few more stitches to learn and a bit of extra techniques for you to get into the bag. Do the memory wires come in different sizes? Not for the necklace, it's just one size, but with the bracelets, yes they do. With your necklace, it's all going to be one size. You can stretch it out if you want to. So you could make it bigger and bigger just by stretching and slightly straightening the ends of the wire. So you could make it a little bit bigger, but the memory wire that is on the website is all one size. Okay, thank you so much. See you tomorrow morning, and I will see you at 10 o'clock. Enjoy your Monday. Take care, everyone. Stay safe.